Hey guys, welcome to linguamarina. Welcome to our back to school class. This class is going to be about basic grammar, something that you should have learned while back at school. You might have forgotten basic grammar, but this is why I am here, because we're going to talk about really important things. Parts of speech, noun, pronoun, verb, what does that mean? Basic tenses that you have to know. And third is word order. And if you watch this video up to the very end, if you understand the concepts, if you learn them, there is 99% chance that you would be able to speak English at a level where you can explain what you need, explain what you're doing for life, or even work with people. Because what we're going to talk about creates foundation for your language. So please make sure you listen carefully. Let's do it. First of all, let's talk about parts of speech. We have nouns. These are our objects or subjects. Cat, dog, mom, table. These are all nouns. Pronouns. These are words that substitute a noun to avoid repetition. Cat, he, dog. Let's say she, mom, she, table, it. Then if we have plural, they, we, etc. Verb. We use verbs to express actions. Go, read, eat. Adjective. Now here, listen carefully. Adjectives are used to describe nouns, because we're going to talk about adverbs later, and those are used to describe actions or adjectives. This is where it gets a bit complicated, but I really want you to understand the difference between adjectives and adverbs, because sometimes you use them in a wrong way, and I use them in the wrong way sometimes, but we want to be grammatically correct. So, adjective is used to describe nouns or pronouns, right? We use adjectives to answer questions like which one, what kind of, how many, how much. And the examples are old, new, beautiful, smart, etc. Adverbs describing actions, right? Adverbs answer questions like when, where, how, and very often our adverbs end with "ly." Carefully, slowly, but not always. Fast. It's also an adverb. Finally. Now, fast can be both adjective and adverb. If we look at a couple of examples, he is fast. We use fast to describe a pronoun, then it's an adjective. But if we say he runs really fast, we're actually describing a verb, and in this case, it's an adverb. Just so you know. Then we have our prepositions. We place a preposition before a noun to modify the phrase. About, above, across, on, etc. Conjunction. This is a joining word that we use to connect sentences or different parts of one sentence. But, and, however, after, although, etc. And the last but not the least, articles, a and the. I know that you mix them up. If you do mix them up, I have a video explaining how to not mix them up. A or N and the. Basically, we use a or N to mention a thing that we haven't talked about before. There is a mug on my desk, but if I'm talking about one particular mug that I've already mentioned in the conversation, I would say, there is black tea in the mug that I mentioned before. A lot of people are telling me, Marina, I want this one resource where I can go and answer all of my questions regarding English grammar. Or Marina, can you recommend a book that I can have on my desk, and whenever I have a question, whenever I have an idea, oh my God, I want to learn this, I go to this book. My team and I have created a grammar book that covers the most important aspects of English grammar. It has a chapter on articles, nouns, prepositions, adjectives. And it's not just a book with a set of rules. We tried and gathered the life hacks that we use, that our students use, to memorize everything better, to understand everything better. So it's not just you reading your own, you're like, How does that work? It has real-life examples, it has real-life explanations, and students have left the most amazing reviews about this grammar book. And if you want to take one extra step, you can get a workbook together with this grammar book, which means that you learn something new, and then you have exercises to apply your knowledge and answers to check yourself. We made this handbook really affordable and really content heavy so that you get real value for money. The link will be down below. Thank you so much for upgrading your English language skills and buying this one-stop shop book that would answer all of your questions. Now let's talk about basic tenses. We're going to talk about 3 tenses: present, past, and future. Some people would argue these 3 tenses are enough to speak English. They are kind of enough, but of course native speakers use all the tenses. Doesn't mean they understand the construction because they learn everything as kids, but I'm gonna explain the basic structure to you because, we're not native speakers and we don't have this advantage. Now, present simple tense is used to describe habits. I drink coffee every morning. Schedules. The train leaves at 5 p.m. And general truths. Ice is cold. One thing to remember is that in English, there should always be noun or pronoun in a sentence, and there always should be a verb. So for example, if we say, I drink coffee every morning, then the action is drink. Sometimes we don't have actions, sometimes we just describe something. And in this case, ice is cold, our verb is. We use past tense to describe something that happened in the past, so basically your verb gets either ed on the end, I walked, or if it's an irregular verb, then you just have to learn it. She went home. He drank a glass of beer. And the future tense is of course used to describe our future. In this case, we just put will before a verb. She will come back. Let's talk about word. Let's talk about word order in a sentence in English. First of all, we have a subject, which is a noun or pronoun. Then we have a verb or action. And then if we need it, we have an object, which is normally a noun or pronoun as well. So let me give you a quick example. She, subject, smiled at a boy. And then if we need to describe our action with an adverb, remember, adverbs describe verbs, we put it right before the verb. For example, she briefly smiled at a boy. So the adverb comes here. And then if we have adjectives that describe a noun, then they come right before the noun. She smiled at a little boy. Of course, this rule is very basic. The more you learn, the better you become. But there is one last thing I wanted to tell you. Don't make this mistake. Let's look at these 3 sentences. They often play tennis. Correct. They play tennis often. Also correct. They play often tennis. This is incorrect because adverb can never be put between a verb and an object. So this is wrong. Just remember, because this sounds a little weird. Thank you guys so much for watching this video up to the very end. If you want to dig deeper in tenses, please watch this video. It explains all tenses in English in a very short period of time. Make sure to click right here and make sure to subscribe to my channel to learn more of English. See you soon. Bye-bye.